We're reporting live at the University of Witwatersrand, the Great Hall Piazza. We are joined here by the current SRC Secretary General Fasiha Hassan. Fasiha Hassan, how are you? No, I'm very well, thanks for asking. Basically, currently in the country, actually over 567 students have been arrested since February due to fees must fall and movement. Fasiha, what we want to ask is, how do you feel about Mcebo's arrest and again the verdict of him being denied bail?
Well, I think we're very disappointed, particularly by a state who again has not shown leadership, who again has chosen to victimize student leaders and those who are challenging the status quo. I mean, many of us were here on the day in which they claimed there was that altercation. It was the policeman who came from Mcebo, not the other way around. So we're quite actually disgusted by the actions of the state, by the actions of the police. Even today we had problems, but we're going to hopefully see him tomorrow. We have a list of things that he requires in prison, and we're hoping that he's going to be okay. He's also been moved to a different cell. He's been considered a high-profile detainee, so at least he's not with common criminals, because Mcebo is not a criminal. He's a political prisoner.
Okay. Again, the university, you guys keep on mentioning repeatedly that your fight is not with the university, and beyond that, your fight is not with Professor Adam Habib. Now, currently, the university always tell the students that they cannot be held accountable of Mcebo's arrest, since they claim that it's an independent matter between the police and him. However, looking at a series of events, Mcebo was arrested at the university. Mcebo, all the charges against him are within the university. Do you feel that the university is fair to say that this is an independent charge?
The university, by attempting to wash their hands of the matter, is in fact very immature, because you're quite right. Mcebo was arrested in its residence. He was, or rather the police were granted permission to enter, and the fact is it happened just here. And it happened because Adam Habib allowed the police to come into campus and has allowed them to run amok and to really do whatever they want to do. Even today when people were shot at, they were totally unarmed, totally unprovoked. And so very much Adam Habib is to blame, apart from, yes, the police and the state, but Adam Habib is the one who's allowed the situation to deteriorate. Instead of, holding the General Assembly, holding the good faith negotiations, he continuously cancelled at the last minute and continuously showed bad faith. And that's why we find ourselves in the position that we do today. And very importantly, we are told that it is the University Council who handed over a list of names to the police, and that is the targeted list, so-called hit list that we keep speaking about, in which my name, Mcebo, Shaeera, Busisiwe, a whole variety of people are on that list, and you'll see they have started to target us now.
Speaking of the list, Wits University, in many events in the email, they always state that the students gathered and the students started being violent, and then they used rubber bullets as a means of dispersing the crowd. However, today it was reported earlier that one of the students that you mentioned, who is the former SRC president, Shaeera, was shot 9 times. If someone is shot 9 times, is it still some sort of dispersing crowd, or is it a target on basically hitting someone specific?
There was definitely an attempt to harm human beings today. They had no stones, no sticks, they didn't present any threat. There was also no warning. The police had just tear gas, people had turned to run away, and that's when they opened fire with rubber bullets, which is why Shaeera and other members are in fact shot in the back, running away from police. And to be shot 9 times, you're quite right, is not to disperse the crowd, it is to physically harm those who are there. And that is why, in fact, we are thinking of opening up a case against the police commissioner for police brutality. And there's multiple examples. There was a student who was running away from police and fell. She harmed her leg. While she was on the ground, the police continued to shoot. She has bullet wounds across her body, not because she was running away, because she had fallen down, and the police still shot. And no one is telling that story. No one is saying and telling the story of what happens before the police shoot and what happens then. People only talk about students and the rocks. Why would anyone pick up a rock for no reason? And today, no one even picked up rocks, but in the past, it was in self-defense. It was because there was the police who acted first. It has never been students who have acted first.
Most parents, including your mom, are here. What can you say to our parents at home, those that are still confused and those that are not willing to participate in this struggle?
The fight for free, quality and decolonized education is a societal fight. It is not just one for students. In fact, it is something that, if is realized, will materially change the lives of every single South African in this country. We will grow the economy, we'll increase the number of jobs, we're going to change the face of South Africa. And that is why it is a fight not just for myself, not just for you, not just for my parents, but for every single South African. And when we understand the importance of what we are fighting for, and the fact that it was for generations to come, it will start to level out the playing field, change the status quo, bring about some economic freedom, some economic reality on the ground. Then you begin to understand why people put their bodies on the line, why they're willing to give everything, their future, everything, because of what it means for this country and what it means not just for this youth, but for generations to come.